Live. Yeah, we're live. Let me throw this picture I had. I'll do it later. It's not. Yeah, it's not letting me do it. So shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Before we get started, Adon Ratazah, Yahweh Ratazah, we pray the lessons edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto the head apostles of Great Millstone, who do rule well and teach well with sound doctrine. Shalom unto the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings unto the sincere brethren, men, women, and children, listening and learning from the servants of prophets, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, and a hearty shalom to the sincere brethren doing the work in truth and sincerity across the four winds of the earth. Shalom, shalom. So this lesson is going to be entitled Scoffers. I had it right here.
BugOuts.
BugOuts. False teachers and false prophets are part of the story. It's all signs that we're in the end. So with no further ado, we got a couple clips we'll go into, and then whatever the Spirit allows us to bring out as far as the precepts, and then we'll wrap on up. We'll play this first clip right here. Share my screen so people can see. Hey, shalom, Maki Yahweh Bashem Yashar Barakatah. Brother Shamak in my camp.
Shamak, what's going on? Yahweh Bashem Yashar Barakatah.
Slakia. Boom. Yep, cinema layout. So we'll play this first clip right here. Right here. And this is a viral clip that's been going around the brotherhood.
What's the problem, elites? Huh? What's the problem, Tahar? Huh? Let me smack you in your fucking mouth. Stop trying me. Stop trying me, Eve. Stop trying me, Esau. Feel it. Ramlot and Gabar. Stop doing these videos. I know the Passover's tonight, though, but it's all about me. Okay? You cannot beat me in this shit. Lord Esau can beat me. I am dead. Okay? I am fucking dead. Stop fucking playing Lilith. I don't got time for Eve shit. The bitch can't beat me. The bitch don't look better than me. The bitch don't dress better than me. The bitch is ugly to me. And shut up, New York, because you're all ugly as a motherfucker. Ugly ass demons. Shut the fuck up and stop fucking with me. Stop fucking with me. Like, seriously, shit is getting old. Find something to do, like, buck the fuck up and start this chip so I can get the fuck on. Oh, I believe I'm gonna leave before the chip mandate. Anyways, motherfucker, you can't beat me too hard because I already whooped your ass already. I whooped your motherfucking ass. And Gabar, shut up. So all y'all motherfucker act like bitches. That's what the fuck you is, bitches. Okay? And these Ramlot and Gabar is recorded. Now, this the shit to Tahar do. Okay, you dumbass GMS? So why the fuck you correct that shit? Why the fuck you ain't correct that shit? I don't hear shit. I don't hear all that shit y'all talking. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I don't hear nothing. Bitch? You didn't put nobody in shit. Nothing, nigga. Anyway, this shit's so fake, I don't know what to do. Telling me to shut the fuck up? Like, really? You're telling me to shut the fuck up? It's recorded. Now, this the shit to Tahar do. Okay, you dumbass GMS? So why the fuck you correct that shit? Fuck these food stamps, fuck housing. Babylon will burn the fuck up, aka America. Joe Biden gonna fucking get it. You motherfucker fake ass police sellouts gonna get it, motherfucker. You elite Amakite DuPonts, Rockchild Jacobs gonna fucking get it. You 2/3 motherfucking niggas out in New York, Tahar Ramla, all you dumb niggas. Recall, all y'all gonna fucking get it, and motherfucking E gonna fucking get it. One body cam gonna fucking die. You wanna do it? I'm gonna ride the fuck out and I'm gonna fuck everybody the fuck up. Man, even get the fuck right. Cause I'm tired of dumbass country. Cause he was a punk. Come on there.
And there you have it. Eve completely through, man. You know?
Extra done.
I got a precept real quick.
Right.
And it reads Proverbs 21:9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. Now, if you go to this in the NLT, Proverbs 29 in the NLT, it gets a little more nasty. And it reads Proverbs 21:9 in the NLT. And it reads, Slock it. Proverbs 21:9 in the NLT. I had it pulled up earlier, and it reads, "It is better to live alone in the corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home." And you have Eve completely demolished, man. No respect for the elders, no respect for leadership, no respect for men who have been laboring, since I was a child, man. Laboring since we were born, basically, man. We're both 37, 38 years old, me and the brother Shawab. And you have Eve just totally disrespectful, man.
That's
You
right.
got the scripture, brother?
Yeah, I got a quick one. And that also goes to show that real quick, that hey, we in the time of the Pesach, and being in the time of the Pesach, it gets turned up for real, because this is a serious time that we're in. So you see that this lady has a legion of demons on her, like literally a legion of, that's like thousands of demons on her at once. Because if you can see, she's jumping around like from one topic to another, to this person, to the elites, to the apostles, going back to herself, and you can see it in her eyes, man. That's serious, man. But let me bring out this quick one real quick. This is Mark 9:42. It says, "And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and he was cast into the sea." And she out there trying to offend the true men of the Lord, man. Which at the end of the day they could care less, because we all know that's all demons. None of that bothers us. But you still trying to offend them, and you have a price to pay for that. That's why you got to be careful. And again, going into that, the legion of demons. This is Mark 5 and 9. It says, "And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many." And going into that story, I'm not even really gonna get into it like that, but you can read it for yourself in Mark chapter 5. You had the guy that he was just locked in with a whole bunch of demons on him. But when Yahushua came off the boat, everything stopped, basically, because he recognized that Yahushua was in his presence. And it goes to show that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is in control of all these the wicked, just like it tells you in Isaiah 45 and 7, "I form the light and create darkness, I make peace and create evil." He's the one that has the control of that. So basically he ended up doing an exorcism basically on the guy and took the demons off of him. And then what did he do? He put him on the swine and made the swine drive themselves off a cliff. But this lady's got a legion of demons on her, man. Like a real heavy, high legion of demons, man. That's scary right there. That should show you that this is real, because this lady's just random and she's talking about Tahar. She's talking about elite. She's talking about this and that being destroyed. You know, that's them demons in her talking. You know, go ahead.
This is Sirach 33 and 14, and it reads, "Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly."
That's right.
And that's perfect balance, you know. So look upon all the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and there are two and two, one against another, you know. And this lady was completely bugged out, man. You know, there's also scripture that says, just right to the point, 1 Timothy 5:1, and it reads, "Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren."
That's
and
right.
these are men who've been laboring, who you've learned from, man. You know?
Right.
And also, to bang that point home, because you got a lot of people, a remnant who's actually going to, you know, listen to these wicked Eves, man, and be enchanted, man. But I'll go right to the point. I got the scripture memorized. 1 Timothy 5:19. First Timothy 5:19, and it goes into, because you're not even supposed to hear accusations against the elders, as far as listen to those accusations and take those accusations seriously. You know.
That's right.
You know, this is I'll get right to the point. I'll get the whole thing actually. 1 Timothy 5:17, and it reads, "Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor." That's where we start our videos, giving double honors unto the men that taught us. You know, the elders and apostles of great millstone, and the elders up under them. You know, the elder bishops, the heads and leaders of camps, and so on and so forth. You know, Elder Yashawamba, Elder Manata Zakba. You know, Mysteries of the Kingdom, GMS Charlotte, the brother out here, the elder brother Slakia, Karataza, you know, GMS Inspiration and Motivation, so on and so forth, man. You know, the men who we learn from, because you may not come into the truth finding the elders and apostles, but eventually you hear men mentioning the elders and apostles.
That's
For
right.
example, my story, you know, I came in under Men of Valor. I was listening to them, and then eventually they started sharing Elder Yashawamba's videos. And that's how I started listening more to GMS. And then eventually I found the apostles, you know.
That's right.
This is 1 Timothy 5:17, and it reads, "Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine." The word and doctrine, man. The report, you know. For the scripture said, "Thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the labor is worthy of his meat."
That's
you know,
right.
we're the spiritual sons of the elders and apostles, man. You know,
That's right.
and you gotta have you gotta have it in mind that these scoffers, mockers, false doctrines, false teachers, they're a part of the story. They're a part of prophecy. They're a part of showing, as well as what other things are, that we're in the end. You know, you have all the constituents of Babylon the Great looking to band together to basically do away with the petrodollar. You have these people pushing the MOTB as far as the beginning stages of it, cryptocurrency, central bank digital currencies. You have the famine of the word. There was a brother's page that just got clipped who we did a video with the other day, you know, Nahar. And I had to let him know because I seen the notification on IG, like, hey, I clicked on this YouTube link and the page is down. Also, you know, literally a few days ago, I did a lesson with the younger Akim in the camp, and that lesson got clipped. So I'm on the backup page, as well as elders and apostles have been having to make page after page after page for years.
That's
you
right.
know, the coming famine that's coming, all signs that we're in the end. But these mockers, scoffers, false teachers, and false doctrines are a part of the story. They're also a sign that show that we're in the end as well. It says in the last days there shall come scoffers, right?
That's
This
right.
is 1 Timothy 5:19. Against an elder, receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. Now, if you go into that in the NLT, it gets a little more clear. Let me get that in the NLT if I can. 1 Timothy 5:19. in the NLT, and it reads, "Do not listen to an accusation against an elder unless it is confirmed by 2 or 3 witnesses."
That's
Now,
right.
the elders and apostles haven't been going off. They're not out here teaching that Moses didn't split the Red Sea. You know, they're not out here teaching that you can have sex in the Shabbat. They're not out here having wrestling matches during the Pesach. You know,
That's right. I got a quick precept if I may, real quick.
hey, it's your floor, brother.
This is Ecclesiasticus 8 and 9, and it says, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth. You know, and these are the men that, you know, have given us the work, you know, have done all the hard work and given it on to us, passed down. Because at the end of the day, we enter into other men's labors. You know, they set up the foundation, you know, starting with Abba Bivens all the way on down. You know what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to, you know, put to the side the actual truth that's being given out. You know, you're not supposed to you know, what's the word I'm looking for? You're not supposed to ignore it. You're supposed to take heed to it. These men are the ones that are giving you the truth to take you to, you know, to give you the keys of salvation if you are one to hearken, you know. And like the brother Shamak put that up too. If you could bring that up on the thing. He got Jeremiah 3 and 15. You know, that's a perfect one. You know, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and wisdom. I mean, knowledge and understanding. You see, these men are giving you knowledge and understanding on a daily basis. And this is how you know this is the truth. That you got all these scoffers coming up against it. You see, but meanwhile, you got the world acting fool right now, bringing out all types of wickedness. You know, and everybody want to hearken on to that wickedness instead of the truth. You know, that's why it says many are called and few are chosen. This truth ain't for everybody at the end of the day, man. All right. But I got another precept too, before it gets to matter of fact, and let me just read that one more time. Ecclesiasticus 8 and 9, because I wanted to go up and I forgot to go up. This is Ecclesiasticus 8 and 8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them thou shalt learn instruction and how to serve great men with ease. Then it says, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth. And again, they the ones giving you the answer of what's going on out here in this earth, man. How to adapt to it, how to move with it, you know, what's going to be your way of you getting by on this destruction, so you can't ignore it. All right, now going back to what you were saying real quick before we get too far past the point, when you were saying you know, good is set against evil. You know, this is another one. This is Second Ezra 13 and 31. All right. And it says, and the real point is at the bottom of the sentence. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, you know, and going back to, you know, us having that, you know, good is set against evil, you know, so is the godly against the sinner. That's the battle between the two realms right now, you know. And this is why you got Satan that's coming hard right now, because it's sifting season for him every day. But as we get closer to the end of this thing, man, the sifting gets turned up even more. You know, the demons come out even more, trying to get in people's heads. And look, this shows you a pure exorcist right here. This lady's really filled with mad demons, man.
This is Sirach. This is Sirach 25 and 25 in the contemporary English version. And it reads, do not let water leak from your storage jars. And if your wife is evil, do not let her talk in public. And most likely this woman is scorned because she was dealing with the brother in the truth and he put her away, man. You know? Right. You know? Or something along those lines, you know? This is just a scorned woman, man, you know? And that goes into, this is
or she could have just been a woman that, you know, maybe wasn't even dealing with a brother, but she came across videos and started, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Done.
that's why you got to be careful with this thing, man. You got to know what's going on.
This is Sirach 25 and 13, and it reads, "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman."
That's
and it
right.
reads down to 16, and it reads, I'm gonna get 15 as well. I'm gonna get the whole thing. "And any affliction but the affliction from them that hate thee, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies." Now, what does the book of Micah say? "She that is my enemy."
That's right. Shall be trodden down in the streets of mine.
Yeah, God. I think it's Micah 7 and 9, I believe.
7, yeah, 7, yeah. Or it might be 11.
Yeah, it might be
11.
11.
I think it is.
This is Micah 7 and 10, select it. And it reads, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord Yahweh, thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets."
That's right.
And a lot of these proud Eves, man, are going to be really, 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 really humbled when those judgments come, man. There's a sword judgment coming for Eve just like this, man. Now let's see what this says in the other versions. Micah 7 and 10. Let's just see what it says. And it reads, let's get the wow. This is the GNT, the Good News Translation of Micah 7 and 10. And it reads, "Then our enemies will see this and be disgraced, the same enemies who taunted us by asking, Where is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, your power? When we see them defeated, trampled down like mud in the streets." And that's what Eve is going to be, trampled down like mud in the streets. This is the contemporary English version. Actually, the New Revised Standard Version. Yep. This is Micah 7 and 10. "Then my enemy will see it, and shame will cover her who said unto me, Where is Yahweh your power? My eyes will see her downfall." We're also going to see the downfall of Babylon the great whore. Also,
right.
Eve, drunk of the cup of the serpent, man. Because this is Eve's and Esau's kingdom, the pick and roll from the garden. Micah 7 and 10, "Then my enemy will see, and shame will cover her who said to me, Where is Yahweh your power? My eyes will see her downfall. Now she will be trodden down like the mire of the streets."
That's right.
And Eve is through out here, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua had deprived her of wisdom, neither had he imparted into her understanding. This is Sirach 25 and 14, continuing with that point. And it reads, "In any affliction, but the affliction from them that hate thee," Esau, Edom, the heathen nations, and you got Eve. She hates the apostles and elders, and Jake,
Yep.
"In any affliction, but the affliction from them that hate thee, and any revenge, but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of a serpent." And who got Eve to deceive Adam? The serpent. There, and it reads Sirach 25 and 14, Sirach 25 and 15. Slakia. "There is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy." And that's just a scornful woman, man.
Hella
And it
scornful.
reads Sirach 25 and 16, right to the point. "I rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman." And this is why the elders and apostles have been telling us for years, just leave Eve alone. Now if you get a nice Eve and you can deal with her and it pleases you to dwell with her, so be it. But for the most part, Eve is done. She's out of there, man. You have more peace, dealing with the heathen women, man, for the most part, man.
And
And
even
don't try to get one of them Erykah Badu head wrap bitches, man.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what they are. They some damn witches, bro.
Yeah.
And it
Trying to
tells
teach you,
that's not a wish to live.
Come on. A lot of them are going to be calling the wrong name. Ahia, Yah,
Yep.
Yeshua,
Yep.
what's that other name? That Yahuwah, you know,
Right. Elohim.
and to have the and to be calling the name, you have to have the prophets to back it up. Like Elder Manata Zakba said, we're the prophets of Yah, we're the prophets of Yahuwah, we're the prophets of Ahia, we're the prophets of all those false names, man.
Exactly.
So you have to have the prophets to match it up with the name you're calling on, man. And none of those names that people are calling on, those false names, have the prophets on the streets and on the highways and byways all over the world to back it up.
That's
But
right.
the many Yahweh Shem Yahshai are all over the place, man.
That's right. I got a quick one. This is Ecclesiasticus 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands, whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. You know, and that's why a lot of these dudes end up with a crazy ass chick, you know, because a wicked man, a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man, you know.
That's Ecclesiastes, right, brother?
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes, yep. And then this is 27. It says, behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one, to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found, you know. And this is why this is not, you don't really want to deal with women, because women, you know, there are few women out there, and when you do find them, you know, that's like you know, like it says, who can find a virtuous woman? You know what I'm saying? That she's far above the rubies, but it's like almost impossible in these times. That's why just King Solomon said that out of 1,000 men, I found one righteous man, but out of 1,000, he found none. You know, it's impossible for you to find a true woman that's gonna be down, because even these women that claim to be in the truth, they be bugged out, man. A lot of them be bugged out. A lot of them gonna play a certain role when that time comes at the end. You know, they might play that role of Job's wife, you know. Some of them might play that role of Lot's wife, you know. So you have to understand that it's best that you keep yourself away from women and stay you stay focused. You know, if the eye be single, your whole body be filled with light, you know.
Some of them are gonna play the role of King David's wife,
Saul's
daughter, who got put away, talking shit, man. You know?
Right. That's right.
Can you read Ecclesiastes 7:27 again, Bubba Kashab, brother?
Yeah. Behold, this I have found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account.
The preacher, right? This is Ecclesiastes 1:1, and it reads, the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Now that P is capitalized. That's showing that Yahushua was Solomon. You know, if you can receive it. You know, and what was Solomon's transgression? By building altars to strange gods to please his women. You know?
Yep.
This is first Ezra. I think it's the 4th chapter.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 4 and about 25 or 26. You know what I'm getting. Many are running out of their wits.
Yep.
First Ezra 4. Slack it. I may have to Google it, but I'm trying to get it without looking it up, even though I got the phone right in front of me.
I got you. You don't get it.
I'll get it real quick because I got the phone.
It's 4. I think it's 4. It is 4 and 26.
Yeah, first Ezra 4 and 26, and it reads, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. You know, and the man is the lead, man. You know,
that's right.
The man is the prize. We're the prize, man. To hell with Eve, man. You know, now you got a certain amount of sisters and women who are going to be saved for childbearing, but we're the prize. We're the kings. I don't recognize we're of that number, man. You know,
that's right.
And that number is a very high position, man. And that's why men are fighting so hard, man. That's why men are going so hard, man. You know, taking time out of their day, you know, to offer up sacrifices unto Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, that we may be accounted worthy, man. And you have to endure the mockers, the scoffers, you know, the false doctors, the false teachers, people bugging out, people falling away. That's all part of the story, man. That's all part of the signs that we're in the end times. This is first Ezra 4 and
real quick too, if I may add real quick. That's why it tells you in Proverbs 31:3, it says, give not thy strength to a woman, you know, or that would destroy kings, you know, because you're going into, you know, how a lot of men have gone out of their wits, you know, just to serve a woman, you know, and at the end of the day, by you doing that, you actually making your woman a god. You see, that's like worshiping an idol because you're making your woman a god. And our men today, they so damn effeminate, you know, they done lost their cojones, you know, they're literally standing behind a woman. They letting the woman control them, you know. You got to be the, like the brother was saying, you the lead. You know, you want to get what Corinthians 11th chapter, you know, tells you how the order goes. It goes from Yahweh to Yahushua to man to the woman, you know. Not only that, also tells you that in Genesis 3, chapter 3, you know, that the man, that thy husband shall rule over thee, you know, because that's the order that was given, you know. And if you don't like it, hey, take it up with the Most High. It ain't got nothing to do with it. We're preaching what the Bible say, you know. We're giving you the word according to the Heavenly Father and His Son, man.
This is Isaiah 3:12 to back you up on that point. And it reads, as for my people, children are their oppressors, Esau, Edom, and women rule over them. That's right. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. Ooh. And who's leading our people, man? Esau, Edom, and Eve, the pick and roll from the garden. You know, this is Sirach, Slakia. First Ezra 4:27 to back you up on the last 2 points. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. And that's what King Solomon did. He sinned for women, man. You know, he went against the first commandment to have no other gods before Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know? Right. But let's get right to the point and let's move on as far as the topics. Let me get 2 Peter 3. 2 Peter 3. And I'll read down a little bit. Slack it. 1 minute. 2 Peter 3. And it reads this second epistle. Beloved, going into the house of David, I now write unto you in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. And what was happening during the time of Jeremiah? You had women baking cakes to the Queen of Heaven, not wanting to hearken unto Jeremiah, man. You know, you had the men too pussyfied to say anything to their women, man. Too pussyfied to check them, man. And those same men are back. And you have out of order women at an all-time high. Women going into the highways and byways, breaking down the scriptures. Women reading out of the Bible, trying to correct men. Women on social media, trying to correct you. Say you going into the scriptures. You know your place. Shut the hell up. Make a stake. You know. And it's going to be a real humbling experience when a lot of you dumbass bitches get drafted, man.
That's right.
You know, she may be one of them dumbass bitches that gets drafted, man. And Salakia, if it's coming out a little rough, but that's the spirit that's on me with this lesson, man. That's you're going to have a lot of dumbass Eves get drafted, man. And that's going to be a real humbling experience, man, to have these hot Cheeto eating, thought pocket, booty rump shaking, Eves be thrown in the front lines, man. Since you want to, fight for your daddy Esau and, get us to try to bow down to him, then go on the front lines and die with him then, man. You're going to have a lot of women come out of that spirit and want to be humbled down and want to hearken, man, but it's going to be too late. They're going to be on the ship. They're going to be on a plane getting shipped off to war, man.
That's right. And a lot of these women too, man, they're going to be ravished these last days, the ones that are acting like harlots and things like that. A lot of these women, you got to understand, 2/3 of our people got to go. 2/3 of our people going to die. A lot of them going to be women because there's more women on this earth than men. The probability of women is way higher than men. That's how you also know that men were to have multiple women, because the way it's set up is just so many more women, than the men. That right now you had a probability probably to like 15 to every man in the world, So a lot of these women are going to die and going into, going into humbling. They're going to be humbled in these last days, They're going
to be treaded down like that mire in the streets.
That's right.
Which came out a little earlier. This is 2 Peter 3:1. The second epistle, beloved, I nigh write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. How? Through this word, through the prophets who've been sent back in these last days. And that's another sign that we're in the end times. The prophets are back. The breath has entered into the elect. You know, Esau, Edom, he's scrambling, you know, running around trying to figure out what to do. How these spiggers and these niggas, these porch monkeys and these prairie niggas get this message, man? How are they on the highways and byways knowing every single move that we're gonna do, man? Through the Holy Spirit, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, which is spiritual power for those that don't.
That's that.
They can't realize and see it. 2 Peter 3:2, that ye be mindful of the words which were spoken before the holy prophets. It's like it. 2 Peter 3:2, that ye be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandments of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior. And that's who they're dissing. You know, these women are just writing diss tracks on social media against the apostles, the elders, the younger Akim, and against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because what does it say in Luke 10:16? He that despiseth you despiseth me. And he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me.
That's right.
And if you hate the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you hate the Lord, guess what? You love death, man. Yep. And that's what's coming to a lot of you wicked Eves, man. This is 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Down to the point. By this, they willingly are ignorant of, because she knows a little something, man. She's been watching the elders and apostles. She knows their names. That means she had to heard the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. She know who Esau Edom is. That means she had to hear men breaking down the word and going into prophecy, man. No Christian church is going into Esau Edom, talking about the elites. She even called them by their names. The Tupacs, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers. She was sort of through, you know, saying it, but, you know, that just shows you that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the pride of evil wisdom, man. You know, neither had he imparted to her understanding, man. It's not a woman's place to be out there breaking down the word, man. You know, it's the woman's place to be in the kitchen, be in the house, keeping the house in order, and learning from her husband, man. That's order. Let all things be done in decency and in order, man. You know, so roughly paraphrasing. This is 2 Peter 3:5. By this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the river were by the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. And that goes into what happened during the time of Noah, you know?
Right.
And what did Noah have? Noah had the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai. He's seen the flood coming, man, you know? But what are you going to have in this eon, in this age? Fire. That's going to be the cleansing agent, man, which are both symbolic of the word. Rivers of living water and fire.
That's right.
And that's what Esau Edom is getting tore up with, man. That fire coming out of the many Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That spirit, you know, is knocking Esau Edom on his ass, man. And Eve is going to be knocked on her ass as well, man, because she consented with this devil, man. You know, she's the beginning of sin. Of woman became the beginning of woman came the beginning of sin. You know, and through her we all died.
That's right.
You know, this is 2 Peter 3:7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men and women. But beloved, be not ignorant of this thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. And that's what we're seeking for. That rulership, man. This is right to the point. I didn't mean to read the whole chapter, go through half the chapter. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come unto repentance. Right to the point. 2 Peter 3:11. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works thereof therein shall be burnt up, seeing now that all these things shall be dissolved. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And that's what Eve is going to get. You know, she's going to get that that wet in the form of that water, that water of fire, that lake of fire, man.
I got a quick one to back you up on that, how you was going into scoffers and all that. This is Jude 1 and 17. It says, but beloved, remember ye the words which were spoken before of the apostles of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, how that they told you there should be mockers in the last time who should walk after their own ungodly lust. And that's what's happening right now. A lot of these people coming out of their own ungodly lust, their own vain opinion. Scriptures tell you, there's no scriptures of prophecy that's to be interpreted with their own, private interpretation of things. And they're out there doing that on a normal basis now. That's how we at the end of this thing, right? And then it says 19, it says, these be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the spirit. And that's why they are scoffers, all right? That's why they come in their own vain opinions, because deep down they have no spirit. The Lord is not dealing with these type of people, man. All right. So, and it shows every day, it shows more and more who are the true men of the Lord, who has the spirit on them. All right. And then it's going into the, you have these mockers. It ain't just the Eves. You also have the men. You got a lot of these men that are straight mockers. That's why you got these other camps that when we bringing out rebuke on them, they become scoffers. They become mockers instead of actually taking the rebuke. You're not supposed to despise a rebuke. When a true man of the Lord loves instruction. He, when you get what does it say? Secret love is better than open rebuke is better than love. God. Exactly. You're supposed to take that as, all right, man, the brother looking out for me. Let me fix myself up. You know what I'm saying? And then you go on about you go on about your business after that. But these people get offended when they hear the word, and that's how they don't have the spirit. All right. So them being in that ungodly lust, all right, and being mockers. Let me jump up real quick. This is Jude 1 and 12. It says, these are spots in your feasts of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Yeah, because when we're preaching on these highways and byways, when we doing these lessons, this is a feast of charity. We're doing the work of the Lord, right? So you got a lot of scoffers that'll jump on the comment boards. You got scoffers that'll come up to you while you at camp and try to disrupt the whole lesson and come out with their own vain opinion. And it says, feeding themselves without fear. Yeah, a lot of them just come up without fear. They're not fearing the Lord. When you come in front of the men of the Lord, man, you're supposed to what? You're supposed to keep silent. You're supposed to be doing more listening than actual talking. So they have no fear, and they just start putting their inputs into everything. It says, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water. Yeah, they have no knowledge of these scriptures, because the scripture, this word is the water. All right. It says carried about of winds, every type of doctrine that's out there. They want to try to bring it in with this truth. You can't mix these different doctrines and try to, put them into the actual truth. That's why it tells you that in Ephesians 4 and 14, that we henceforth be taught, be no more children, being tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. Because when you're a child, all right, you're easily able to be told lies and you believe it. So these people that don't have this truth, they're getting tossed with every wind of doctrine, meaning every philosophy, and they believe it. So you're still a child. You haven't grown up, mentally. You haven't become that true man, you know what I'm saying? So it says, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withered without fruit. Yeah, because you had a lot of these people at one point, they were actual men in the truth and understood some type of the truth. But then they withered away. They weren't able to, continue. And a lot of these people, they come into the truth and they fall away because they go into the cares of the world. Satan sifts them out. Going into that going into the parable of the sower. Some of them have that stony. They on that stony soil. Thorny soil, and they end up.
I was gonna get that.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, let's play this next clip because this next clip is going to exactly what you're talking about, and we'll go into that because I had that in Mark.
As a matter of fact, go ahead, play the video, and then I'll finish it up. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead, brother.
So it says, trees whose fruit withered without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. And that's what ends up happening. They get plucked up by the roots. What Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said, any man that has not been planted, shall be plucked up by the roots. So they end up falling out of the truth. Then it says, raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame. You see, and then that's when they become them scoffers that come on your live feeds. Then their shame just spews out. You see their shame just leaking out everywhere. And it shows that they're not one that's being dealt with the spirit. And it says, wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. You see, and that's why they end up falling away, and they end up being scoffers for the rest of the time being out here, man. And they set themselves up for destruction at the end of the day. Go ahead, you can play that.
That reminds me of the book of Matthew, the 22nd chapter. The men who didn't have the wedding garment and they were cast in the utter darkness.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
They didn't have the understanding. They didn't have the oil. And you're talking about men. You know, they don't have the oil. You can see that a lot of men, you know, these other camps and so on and so forth. You can see that their vehicles are leaking oil. The check oil lights on. You know, the tranny lights on. You know what I'm saying? The transmission fluid light is on. You know, the vehicle just about to break down and stop running, man. About to snatch the spirit and have you out here like Hochi Hoch, man. You know, completely through. This is a precept to back you up on a few of the last points you made. This is 2 Timothy 3:14, and it reads, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. And who'd you learn them from? You learned them from men who taught you, man. You know?
That's right.
That's why the scripture said, respect the elders, give double honors unto the elders, you know? The book of Sirach, the 44th chapter, you know? Let us praise famous men and those, before, so roughly paraphrasing, you know?
That's right.
Going into giving honor and respect is due. Stand the multitude of thy elders and cleave unto him that is wise. You know, Sirach, the 6th chapter. This is the next video right here. Let me hit the share button so I can have the whole screen able to be shared. This is a fire precept by the brother right here. I'll get this one. This is Romans 10:2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal the Most High, but not according to knowledge. And these Eves, these wicked Jakes, man, you know, you can see that they're listening, but they're not able to receive. You know, that reminds me of Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. You know, in Second Ezra, the 12th chapter. You know, and teach them to the wise of the people. You know, I just get that real quick since I'm quoting you. We'll play that video. But since we're on the topic,
that's why you don't cast out your pearls before swine, man. You gotta give the ones that are able to receive it. I got a quick one to back up the brother Shamat. This is
also if I may, Salakia, what season did we just come out of, or as far as what festive high holy day did we just come out of? The Pesach, you know. Yep. And what are you not supposed to let happen on the Pesach? You're not supposed to let foreigners, non-Israelites, eat of the Passover. You know,
that's right.
Taking a part of, you know, a very, very high holy day, man. You know, to commemorate the Exodus out of Egypt, man. You know, and that just reminds me when you said cast out your pearls before the swine. You know,
that's right.
Give not which is holy unto the dogs. You know,
that's right.
Which is, you know, the Passover. You're not supposed to let any heathens eat of the Passover, man. You know, it's like it.
Let me grab this real quick. This is 2 Timothy 3:5, going with the brother Shamak, where, you know, I bear them record. They have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. It says 2 Timothy 3:5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. And then it's Salakia, hold on. It came out like halfway. It says, but having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. You know, and that, you know, they pretend that they have this, you know, they think they have this godliness, but at the end of the day, they denying the power thereof. They denying Yahushua. They denying the truth, you know. They just going according to their own understanding. It tells you that in the scriptures, not to lean to your own understanding, man. But go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 12, and I'll start with about the 36th verse. And it reads, thou hast been made to know the secret of the highest, You know, and also Psalms 25 and 14 says, real quick, going into, you know, those that fear the Lord. It's like it. Psalms 25 and 14, and it reads, the secret of Yahweh is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Meaning you get the, you know, the deep, dark mysteries of the scriptures. You know, also the milk, because to a lot of people who are outside the circle, the milk is like deep knowledge to them, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, for real? You know, we have enemies, and that's, you know, the basic understandings of scriptures. That's what gets a lot of Jake to actually, you know, because if you start off with topics like reincarnation, man, you're gonna drown a person. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, if you go into deep topics like, you know, the chariot, so on and so forth, that may be too deep for, you know, the entry level Jake, man, who's just trying to get some knowledge, or who just may hear the word and start to believe. You know, you may scare a person off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes sense. This is 2nd Ezra 12 and 36. Thou hast been made to know this secret of the highest. Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose hearts, their minds, are la'ab, thou knowest, may comprehend and keep these secrets.
That's right.
You know, to the wise of the people. You know, that's who's going to understand this truth in these last days. Slacking my screen.
Now you good.
You know,
I got a quick one too. Going back to what you were saying, real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 1, and it says, "And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Hamashiach. I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able." You know, going into what you were saying, you know, they're not even understanding the basics. How we gonna give you the meat of this truth? You know, how we gonna go into, you know, the depth part of the scriptures if you can't even receive the milk, the basics of it? You know, and to them the basics is like meat. It's just they can't understand it. But go ahead.
You're gonna drown them in that water. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's gonna be too high for them to swim. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is the second clip we'll play. Then we'll go into Mark. Let me share my screen. Let me get rid of Eve. You know, she's through. Eve is out of here. Let me share my screen. Screen share. And then let me know on your end if you can see the whole screen. You know, if you can see my screen. Let me check on my phone real quick. Con. Let's play this real quick. Just deal with this bug out right here.
Dreams and visions. They're not. The Lord's given them false visions that they're running with. This is verse 28 of Jeremiah 22. Canias seed shall not rule. See what the Lord's saying. What Jeremiah is saying here is that there's part of Judah that is not only not going to have the rule, they are going to get really, really shamed. You think the Lord's not going to shame these niggas when it comes time for blaspheming? They're done. They're stupid. They're really are stupid. I'm trying to love them. If you like what I'm saying and you believe what I'm saying, I'm here every day. The Lord put it on me to push this energy, this up.
Yeah, he's through. It's like it. You can see that he's through. He's out of there. You know. And the first thing I noticed when the big brother priest Shahar shared the video, Shahar from Dallas, is that the guy is going into the scriptures, and what's the first thing you notice? He's got a hat on, man. You know. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and 4, and it reads, every man prophesying or praying, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
That's right.
That's for women to have their head covered, you know? But, you know, it's so fitting because you have a lot of effeminate ass men, you know, who claim to be in this truth. And what do? They cover their head when they prophesy. They cover their head when the word's coming out, you know, or when they're reading, you know, at camp, so on and so forth, man. You know? This is Mark, the 4th chapter. My mouse keeps on dropping. Slack it. I'll break my mouse. This is Mark, the 4th chapter. I'll start with the 13th verse. You can break it down, brother. I'll just read it. And he said unto them, know ye not this parable? This is Mark 4 and 13. Yep. Man, I'm gonna start with yep. I'm gonna start with 9. You know. And he said unto them, him that hath ears to hear, let him hear. This is Yahushua, red writing. And when he was alone, they that were about him and the 12 asked him of the parable. And he said unto them, it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. And that talks about how Yahushua would teach in parables in Psalms the 78th chapter, you know?
That's right.
78 and 2. That seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven them. You know, and he said unto them, know ye not this parable? How then will ye know all parables? The sower soweth the word. And these are they by the wayside, which where it's like it, these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. When they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts, that was sown in their minds. And you had an example of that happening with the clip that you shared with the man in the Men of Valor camp in New Jersey. But this man as well, you know, because you had Satan come and immediately take that word away from him, man. You know,
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
And who knows? You know, who knows? This guy could be a heathen, but at one time he was teaching in the name. He's calling in the name. So, you know, the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dreadful among the heathen, man. You know, but
That's
this
right.
guy's just offended. You know, he's just offended. You know, either way it goes, you know, it's so late in the game that, you know, most likely this guy is going to be out of there, man. You know, but this is an example of how any of us can have the spirit stripped from us, man. And that's where we're supposed to walk in this thing in all humbleness, man. In all humility, man. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is near unto them of a contrite spirit and humble, man. You know,
And
to the point right here, Mark 4 and 16. Come.
No, I was gonna say at the end of the day, the only ones that's gonna be able to receive is the elect anyway. You know, like it tells you, you know, surely I would do nothing but reveal my secrets unto the servants, the prophets. The ones that are worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahushua in truth and sincerity is gonna be the ones that's gonna receive the truth. You know, eventually the ones that are, you know, pushing out some type of buffoonery and shit, you know, foolishness, they're gonna end up being exposed. The spirit always is gonna be made manifest. You know, everything that's in the dark is always gonna come to the light. You know, there's nothing hid that is not gonna come to the light at one point, man. So the Heavenly Father gonna show all that at one point, man. You know. Go ahead, my bad.
And this guy used to be on my comment board, on coming on videos.
Oh yeah,
he used to be on the live stream comments. You know, I checked him out a few times. You know, I was like, okay, that's what's up. You know, but I noticed he started to get a little weak. You know, he didn't have enough bass in his voice when he was bringing out the word, and I was like, I don't know about this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I unsubscribed because I see he was a little dry. Page, you know, 4 videos up in like a month or so. You know, when you start to notice that trend, you unsubscribe from brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? You know,
that's right. Matter of fact, let me grab this. This is Luke 12 and 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear and closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So it's always gonna come out to the light, man. Always. Go ahead.
And he was sort of sneak dissing in the video that I caught wind of. The video that I watched, he was sort of sneak dissing about men who, who were teaching proudly. He didn't want to get right to the point, and I sort of sensed in my spirit that he was sneak. Did it cut us off?
No, you good. You're good.
Let me move this computer. Let me move this laptop out of the heat because
just move it a little bit. Yeah,
it's in the sun.
Might be a little.
Yeah, it's in the sun. It's in the sun. Might be a little hot. Yeah, it's hot down here. It's lucky. Move it out the way of the sun.
Now you good.
Oh, that's cool right there. Move it back.
Perfect.
All right, yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Can you still? Okay, cool. It's in the shade now because I don't want it overheating. This is Mark 4:16, and it reads, "And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended." And this man was offended, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
But the scriptures also say that in the Gospels, blessed are those who are not offended in me, man.
That's right.
You know?
And
we're not offended in Yahweh Shai. We're not afraid. The many Yahweh Shai are not afraid to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High, man. You know?
That's right. And
we're not ashamed of the gospel, man.
That's why you have to.
We're gonna tell.
Now go ahead. My bad. It's because it's kind of delayed, so I don't know if you. It sounds like you're about to stop, and then it just keeps going.
Yeah,
it's like a little delayed, but you good.
It's when my below 25% of my computer. When my battery gets below 25% of my computer, it does that, bro. So that's why, certain times in the live stream towards the end, it'll start doing that delay because the batteries. It's partly because I had the computer in the sun, you know. But
you're good.
That's it's at 32%. We still got a good 30 minutes or so. You know, we can hold it down still.
Yeah, now you're good.
That's plenty of time to wrap up this last clip, bring out some last few precepts. You know.
Yeah.
This is you hear me though, brother?
Mm-hmm. Hear you clear.
Okay. This is Mark 3 and 17, 3 and 18. "And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of entering in, and choke the word, and it becometh fruitful." And you have that being played out with men who are starting to pop out with these false doctrines. These 501c3 warriors, I call them the fringe warriors. You know, the carnality, the carnal Israelites. You know, I'll just call you by name. One body in Yahweh Shai. You know, Sakari. Right. You know, the latest ones to pop their head up out of the sand and pop out with false doctrines. You're having basically mud wrestling competitions during the Pesach. You know, battle rap contests during the week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You got during the time of the Pesach, you have men, popping up that say Moses never split the Red Sea, basically denying the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, denying the miracles, calling the miracles witchcraft, man. You know, that's just like Esau, man. You're calling good evil and you're calling evil good. You know,
that's right.
This is Isaiah 5:20, because you're just like your daddy Esau in that case, man. You know, and most likely, if you're saying that, popping up at the elders' camp, building on another man's foundation, most likely you're set up by the enemy, man. And to take it one step further, you have Masonic looking like garments, man.
That's right.
Both of those groups, you know. You want to take it one step further, those little, I'm talking about those little parts of the garment that are like bottom. The Masons wear that shit, man. You know.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 5:20. It reads, "All evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light, Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's what they're doing. They're calling good evil, man. You know? And if you're denying the miracles, calling it witchcraft, that's borderline blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, man. You know? And that's a dangerous game, man. You know? That's a very, very dangerous game. You know, because it says that the Spirit of the Lord will lift up that standard. If you go into that word spirit, racha, it's warlike energy, prophetic spirit, endowing men with various gifts. Well, how are they able to do that? These type of miracles and so on and so forth, man. It's through the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And if you're calling that witchcraft, you calling that evil, that's blasphemy then, man. That's right. A very dangerous game, man.
Very.
Want to play this next clip from these BugOuts?
Yeah, bring it out.
Let's just play it. Let's play this. I'll do the screen share one last time.
Which one you putting out? The wrestling match one?
Yeah, we'll play that one, and then we'll play the street teaching where he's basically, you know, promoting promoting what he's promoting. We'll just let the clip speak for itself. I'm gonna share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so you can see the screen. Okay, now let's play this. Let's play this first because this is pretty interesting. Actually, let's play the other one first.
Just a quick update on Safari, with their folly once again back at it, which I did a video on this. If you go into my channel, I did a video on it. It's called Safari, back at it again with their folly. I did it
now you can see right here on the screen, it says Hebrew Israelite hip hop live performance and wrestling match to take place this Sunday in Atlanta. I mean, what are y'all niggas? The WWE all of a sudden? You know? Smack URL. You're making a gimmick out of the truth, man. But it talks about men that would do this in the last days, man. You know? For filthy lucre's sake. You know, teaching things which they ought not. Let's just get that. I'll go right to that after this video. And these are those men.
About a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. But just showing you that these devils are not in the right spirit in the Pesach. That everything they're doing is just straight wicked. They're returning back to their folly, just like they did last year. You know what I'm saying? And they was off completely last year. And in the middle of the Pesach, they're doing some wicked shit again. March 20th, they got a what? They got a performance, wrestling match / hip hop performance. It's called the Destruction of Edom, Valley of the Soul, which I don't know what that has to do with anything in wrestling. All right, over here posting up 118 Obadiah, and they got these different, performances. You got one drink, includes with the ticket, one drink free, jerk chicken and a biscuit, damn well the biscuit's gonna have some yeast in it, leaven, even a free drink. Somebody might want to drink a beer. There you go. That's already leaven in it, yeast in it. It's just folly, man. After party, after the fight, you're not supposed to be in that spirit of what? Mirth, It says Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together and ye gather together, O nation not desired. And they think that means an after party. You see? Everything is about making dollars with them. all these different types of, performances, man. It's vexing to the spirit. They disrespecting the Lord, They're not taking the Lord's Passover serious. It just goes to show that these people ain't got the spirit on them. They got no oil on them, man. They're always being exposed. So anybody following them, man, you're being led to destruction, man. You see? So you got to get out of that spirit, man. This is not the spirit to be in, man.
So that's the Chronicles of through number 1. Let's get the Chronicles of through number 2. But before that, I'll go back to sharing the screen in a second. This is Titus. I'm gonna start with Matthew, the 24th chapter, because that's what these men are doing. They're being drunk.
Hello, Discover Card here to explain our cashback match. We match all of the cashback you earn at the end of your first year automatically. It's that simple. Discover.
That's straight Satan, bro.
Sell me some.
That's straight Satan.
Yeah. The prince of the power of the air. Knowing his dollar's about to crash, want me to go out there and get some credit, and run some credit.
He's trying to sell you something before it crashes.
Yeah, and that's the credit industry's gang. The credit industry's grimy, bro. It's gangster, man. I used to work in that bitch, man. Literally, you'll have a person that charges like $10,000 on the credit card. They end up having to pay what they spent 2.5 to 3.5 times back over a 10 to 25 year period. If you don't make your payments on time, you miss a payment, they'll just start to jack up your interest rate out the middle of nowhere, man. It's a Ponzi scheme,
That's right.
Back to the point. This is Matthew 24 and 42, and it reads. I'm gonna get right to the. I'm gonna start with this. Matthew 24 and 42. Therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. The Lord comes as a thief in the night, man. But he doesn't come as a thief in the night to those that are watching. We're gonna know that Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna be on the way by the signs that come. But those who aren't watching, they're gonna be taken.
That's right.
This is Matthew 24 and 42. Watch therefore, for ye know what hour the Lord doth come. But ye know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. And these men are true watchmen, man. If you go on their channel, they're doing videos on Crip Mac, why he got jumped, exposing how many times he changed his game. Who gives a fuck about that shit, man? Warn the people, man. Warn the sheep. Get on one body in the hour shot. I bet you go up to any Sakari page. There won't be one video about one body in Yahweh Shai saying Moses didn't split the Red Sea. It'll be some folly, man. Not giving warning. You're not talking about the financial crash. You're just talking about, the law. Give me super chats. Come to my wrestling match. Okay, we'll battle rap. Okay, give me more donations. Subscribe to my Patreon. All for vainglory, man. And for riches. That's what you're teaching for.
Yep.
This is Matthew 24 and 43, and it reads, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up, because Yahweh Shai is going to come as a thief in the night to those who aren't watching. Those who diligently seek Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to be a reward of those men, man. Let's get that.
I got a quick precept to back up.
Quick precept. Get it, brother.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. And these guys is having a good old time. They're not watching for the thief in the night. And that's because they too caught up in their feasting. You want to be in that house of straight mourning, weeping, fasting, because we such a serious times, and at any time, anything can happen out here, man. anything can happen at any time right now, the way everything is going. You know, this devil could wait. You could wake up tomorrow and we in the middle of some bullshit. You know, so you got to be in that spirit of watching, you know, constantly watching at the gates, you know, constantly warning the people, feeding the sheep, like the brother Ash was just bringing. That's the main thing we should be doing right now, feeding the sheep more than ever, you know, because that's what you're supposed to. If you don't warn the people, like what it's saying in Ezekiel 3, you know, if you don't warn the people, then the blood is going to be on your hands. We got to get the blood off our hands.
The blood's on your hands.
Exactly. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 11:6, and it reads, "But without faith, it is impossible to please him." And these men don't have faith. The next clip is going to show you how faithless these niggas are, man. You know, Hebrews 11:6, "But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." Those who give warning, those who make their body a living sacrifice, those that actually teach to have their labors be worthy accounted of salvation, you know? And that goes into also watching, you know? Let's get that. It's the classic. Comes out. It's been coming out quite a lot with the lessons as of late. Luke 21:36. Literally, almost every lesson, this precept has been coming out at the Wadi Abba Shimi Al-Shad. And it reads, yep. I'm going to get 34 down to 36. Luke 21:34. "Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that the day come upon you unawares," because you're not watching, being drunk, you know, with the cares of this world, you know, having battle rap contests, worried about, you know, making your calling on this side, you know, talking about you know, the care, basically focus on the cares of this world, trying to increase your bank account, you know, instead of your spiritual bank account. You're trying to increase your carnal bank account, you know, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, striving to be better and do better and live better. But I'm talking about just trying to make merchandise out of the ministry. That's what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? That's what these guys do. They make complete merchandise out of the ministry, man. Brothers have gardens to that, you know, literally everything that this next clip that Deacon Akaz is wearing, he's selling, from the hat to the down to the socks, probably, man. You know,
and it tells you that in the scriptures.
That's
it tells you
a man fully merchandising the truth.
And it tells you in the scriptures to buy the truth and sell it not. And they out there just selling it like it's nothing.
God. Also, this man, you know, I believe for a while he was saying that he's only going to do videos on Patreon, and you gotta pay to watch him street teach, to have him break down the word. He's going to charge you through. That shows you these aren't the many Al-Ba Shemi Al-Shai. Luke 21:34, "And take heed unto yourselves and to the doctrine, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares. For a snare shall it come unto all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth," who aren't watching. "Watch ye therefore, and pray always." Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man, and to be told, well done, Slakia, well done, my good and faithful servant, rather than depart from me, ye worker of iniquity. This is Matthew 24, and let me get it real quick. Let me get this real quick.
Go ahead.
Matthew 24:43, and it reads, "But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up," matching up with Luke 21:36. "Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. When then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord had made ruler over his household. The prophets and the elders and the apostles of great millstone, and the men on down, man. Kings and priests, rulers and judges. But in this eon, in this age, you know, watchmen, you know, proper watchmen, because you're going to have to be a proper watchman to get that crown of glory. Giving warning, rebuking, preaching the word,
right.
instant in season, out of season, going into the breakdowns, going into the meat, going into the milk, giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure. This is Matthew 24:45, and it reads, "When then is a faithful and wise servant whom the Lord had made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season." And that's also reminding me of Matthew 19:28. You shall sit up on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's like whom the Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season. Blessed is the whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. What? Staying on fire. Stay on fire or be on fire when the Lord returns, man. Stay on fire to not be on fire, when the Lord returns, man.
Stay ready.
Matthew
So you ain't
24 and 48, and it reads, Matthew 24 and 48, and it reads, blessed is this, Matthew 24 and 47, verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. Those men getting crowned, man, but if that evil shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth is coming, else shall begin to smite his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunken. And that's what these men are doing. Eating and drinking with the drunken. Having basically mud wrestling matches at the Pesach, man, during the week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Completely through. Teaching with AR-15s at camp. Completely faithless, man. Saying don't worship Yahweh Shai. Who's Mark? Who's Luke? Who's Paul? Nigga, who are you, nigga? Matthew 24 and 49, and smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken. The Lord of that servant shall come in the day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not, he shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That's right.
And that speaks for itself, man.
That's
they're
right.
gonna have to drink of that cup of judgment, man. They're gonna have to die the death of an infidel, man.
Gone. I got a quick one. This is Romans 13:11 down to 14. The point I really want is in 13. It says Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. It says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and in envying. I want to go into that word real quick in the linear rioting. All right, because these devils is what they talking about after parties and shit like that, right? When you go into that word rioting, it goes into the word Greek word komos, and it says a revel, a carousel. It says a nocturnal or riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome fellows who after supper parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Bacchus. And it says, or of some other deity, and sing and play before houses of male and female friends, hence use generally of feasts and drinking parties that are protracted till late at night and indulge in revelry. You see, they're going into what? That after party life, man. And usually there ain't anything that's fucking positive in an after party, man. There's all types of wickedness going on. You got drunken ass people. When you drunk, you're not in your right mindset, and then you end up doing something stupid that you're gonna regret later. So going back, it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. These guys is all about the flesh. Those that are of the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. Those that are spiritual gonna walk in the ways of the spiritual. you know, and you can't get that off of them, man. That's that they're already accustomed to do evil, you know. That's their lot. They're gonna continue to keep showing you that they're about wickedness. You know, that name Sakari, that shit is really holding up on the end, you know. But go ahead. You still there? Talaki, you still there?
That name Sakari, if you go into a certain precepts, I believe it's in the book of Acts. It says the Sicarios going into murders.
Right.
You know,
Murderers, daggers, all
Let's
that.
play
Man.
this last clip real quick because my phone. Yeah, my computer's almost dying. Let's play this last clip and wrap on up.
Got you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you clearly.
They cut us off. Somebody hit the record button.
Now we're good. We're still good. We're live and everything.
It's just the delay. That's because the camera's almost dying.
That's all right. I still
computer.
see you.
Let's play this real quick.
You still live too? Yeah, we still live.
It's just a little delay. I'll let the video play and then we'll speak on it and then close on out. Slack it.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, on my phone is showing everything's good. Yeah, and brother said he can hear you. Yeah. Yeah, I think they cut him off too right now. Yeah, I think they definitely cut him off. I think his entire computer died. he need to find an outlet out there and bring that charger with him. And I can't end it. I can't do nothing. I will have to go into his whole entire his session and end it because he can't end it right now. It probably just straight died on him. But yeah, since he can't come back on it, you know, I'll pretty much just end it for him, you know what I'm saying? And then he's just gonna have to go back into it and end the whole session, you know. So Lord willing, the lesson was edifying, you know. Salakia that we couldn't finish it. But he was only gonna bring out one more. I believe he was gonna bring out one more little clip, you know, and pretty much end it anyway. But you know, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. So, you know, with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call Haloim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was, you know, edifying. The Water brothers for tuning in, the Water for the scriptures, you know, keep enduring as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai, fighting the good fight of faith. And, you know, may y'all continue to have a blessed, you know, Pesach, keep it, you know, holy, keep it good. And, you know, on the next lesson, we catch each other. So, Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Atham, Barak Kol Akim. Shalom. Oh, hold on. Brother just popped up. Hold on. Brother popped up. He said, play the clip. I don't know if I could play the clip. I don't have no control of it, though. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, it's not letting me play that clip. Yeah, it's not letting me go into that clip because I can't get into your comments like that. I can look at your comments, but I can't do nothing with it. Salakia, brother. Oh, there he is. There he is. Came back.
Okay.
Oh, you need to find a
I can
outlet,
play it.
bro.
Hold
You
on.
need to buy a
Can you hear me?
cord.
What was that?
I said you need to buy like 100-foot extension cord.
Can you hear me?
Get charged. I can hear you. I don't know if they can hear you.
I'll try to play it.
Because I did end the lesson because I thought it died. I thought you.
I do these lessons. I do these lessons outside, bro. So that's why I'm outside. That's why, and I don't have a portable charger and whatnot. And
Nah,
there's no
it's cool.
electric
It's
outlet
cool.
out here.
It's
But
cool.
what I'll do is I'll leave the link so brothers can check out this clip. It's pretty much speaking for itself.
The one brother's still on.
Let me see if it'll let me share screen. Battery running low. Okay.
Let's play the video because there's 3 people still on right now.
Okay, con. Yes. This joint's tripping, bro. Oh, let me do it. Okay, con.
Yeah, I thought I lost you there for a moment. I was closing it out for you. I was like, this thing died. You know what you got to do too before you do a lesson, put your computer mode on battery saving mode so it won't die so fast. You know what I'm saying? This thing died.
Yeah, it just won't. Hey, bro,
There you go.
Esau, man.
You know what you got to do too before you do a lesson, put your computer mode.
It's all good, man. It won't. It's tripping, bro. It's because my computer it's almost dead, man. It's like at 10%. I'll end it though. What you can do is you can click on that clip. It's by the Elder Yashawan, but he shared it, and it just shows these guys basically saying to a group of people that look like Edomites, basically telling them, basically promoting adultery, saying that she needs to leave her husband and go be with the black man, and you can see the dude with the AR-15, which shows you that they don't have the spirit, but they're promoting something that's going to happen when men get spoils of war. When the elect are given spiritual power, they're going to be taking spoils, but you're not of that number. You don't know if you're of that number, and you're taking another man's wife right there. That's wicked, man. And what if that dude's a Jake? What if he's a heathen? Even it's still wrong. Even if he's a heathen, that's still adultery, man. Sleeping with another man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Also, you have the men sitting there with the AR-15 that shows signs of faithlessness, man. Completely.
They got him again. Now, that's true though. What he's saying though, man, you know, promoting that adultery, man, that's going off completely. You know, women have to play their lots wherever you're at. If you got a man, whether he heathen or not, you pretty much got to stick it out to the end. At the end of the day, matter of fact, goes into that in the 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. You know, that whole chapter is a good chapter to read. You know, going into you know what? As a matter of fact, let me just grab it real quick. Maybe we'll give him some time to jump back on. But 1 Corinthians 7 and let's jump down to I'll read it from 10, and it says, "And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, let not the wife depart from her husband. And if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband. And let not the husband put away his wife. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother has a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. And the woman which has a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy." You know, so you have to stick it out at the end of the day. You know, you can actually save your husband or vice versa. You know, the husband could save his wife. And it says, "But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but Yahweh has called us to peace." And it says, "For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband, or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? But as Yahweh has distributed to every man, as the Lord has called every one, so let him walk, and so ordain I in all churches." You know, so you got to stick it out. You can't leave your husband at the end of the day. You know, that's like the brother just brought out. That's committing adultery by you trying to move on, because you're not supposed to leave a husband unless he died, unless he gives you a bill of divorce. You know, that's when you can move on. But even if you end up separating, it's best that you keep yourself, you know, to yourself. You keep yourself focused. That's why you're not supposed to deal with anybody. You know. I
can share that clip now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay,
yeah, you're in the house. You good.
Yeah, I'm in a little area and I'm away from the sun, so slack for the technical difficulties.
Like that scenery better right there. It looks like it got plugs on the wall. It got outlets.
Yeah, it does. It does. Definitely got plugs on the wall and outlets. And Salakia. We'll go into this. We'll share the screen and then just, you know, show this. Salakia, let me get the other view. Cool.
Yeah, that is extra fresh right now. Even the pictures are nice and bright. They don't look distorted.
She is in her right mind to not let your penis inside of her anymore. That's right. You see that? Because she needs to be with a powerful black man, and you need to be with your white woman. That's right.
So you see the AR-15 automatic looking weapon right here, right? That's clearly showing faithfulness, unfaithfulness, man.
That's right.
Faithlessness. You know what I'm saying? Also, what they're also promoting is unfaithfulness. You need to leave your man and go be with the black. Well, technically, if she's with the man, that's technically marriage. So what you're promoting is adultery, and you're showing how faithless you are. Right here, you got the strap, and that's the Sakari spirit.
What was
Let's
it
play
saying?
one
The
more time.
scriptures, wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Yeah, let's get that. Proverbs, the 9th chapter.
That's right.
Might be 19. I think it's 9 and 13, 19 and 13. Let's just see what pops up. I think it's 19 and 13. Let's just look it up. Wisdom.
Yeah, I was getting it right now. This is I got it right here. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 18.
9 and 18.
Yep, I got it real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 18. It says, wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. You know, and our weapons of warfare are never carnal, man. Everything is spiritual, man. We don't need, the only weapon we have is these scriptures, man. That's why when the time of Jacob's trouble comes and all that, the only thing you should be grabbing as your weapon is these scriptures. You know, your ultimate weapon is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The names, you know, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous man runneth into it and is safe, you know.
This is Proverbs 44 and 6, and it reads, "For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me." And what do you have? These men in the spirit of trusting in their board, their swow, their bow and their sword, man.
That's right.
You know, trusting in carnality, man. Let's play this one more time.
To not let your penis inside of her anymore.
That's right.
Well, if he had his rod inside a woman, that's technically marriage, you know?
Yep.
So what are you promoting? You're promoting adultery. But aren't you guys all about the law? Oh, ye hypocrites.
Yep.
Oh, what are you also doing? You're prophesying with your head covered, just like the other bug out that you had at the first part of this video, man.
Matter of fact, I got it quick.
Every single one of these items is for sale except the Sakari t-shirt, because you have to be a Sakari member to officially wear one of their t-shirts.
I got two precepts real quick.
Come on.
This is Jeremiah 23 and 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And then this is Ezekiel 14 and 9. And it says, and if the prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, have deceived that prophet. And I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel, man. And hey, the Lord has deceived this guy on a whole nother level, man, making him think that he a true man of the Lord, when in all reality he's being set up to what? To be destroyed, man.
This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4, and it reads, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds."
Beautiful.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High. And that's what these guys are doing. They're high-minded, you know, saying that they have more understanding than the Pharisee of the Pharisees. Paul, you know, saying that they have, you know, who's Luke, who's Mark. You know, the book of Hebrews isn't to be authenticated. We don't know who wrote the book of Hebrews. Timothy wrote it, you know, Paul's scribe, man. You know, it says written by Timothy from Italy.
That's right.
It even says that in the blue. It even says that in the blue letter, and brothers have brought that out. You know, a tool that they use. You know, let me finish this precept. 2 Corinthians 10 and 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought of the obedience of Hamashiach.
That's right. I got one, Ecclesiastes 1 and 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so Yahweh discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to fear of the Lord, but the heart is full of deceit.
Yep. Let's play this one more time, and then I'll wrap on up, because I got people in this little area where I'm at.
You see that? Because she needs to be with a powerful black man, and you need to be with a white woman. That's right. She is in her right mind to not let your penis inside of her anymore.
That's right.
You see?
Let's go get some real quick, because this reminds me of This is 1 John 4, and it reads, 1 John 4:1, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world, and this man is a false prophet.
That's right.
You know, he was the one when I used to labor with these guys and almost joined the Sakari until
They clipped him again. It's amazing though, because through the spirit we still going. That computer is faithful. It's on like 1%. Computer got hella faith. I'm trying to see if it actually. I thought he had the charger on it. He probably didn't have the charger on it.
they're promoting something.
It's on like 1%. Yeah, I think this was definitely the one where it ended right there. Yeah, I think that's the one right there, fellas. You know. I'm gonna end it off again from, just in case. But Lord willing, it's cool to end it. Yeah, all right, cool. Con. All right, so yeah, we're gonna end it off on that note. You guys saw what Sakari's folly is all about. All right, so Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. Salaki, we couldn't, finish it out together, but we pretty much went through the point. So again, we're gonna keep it like that. All right, so with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Hakim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Again, to water for the scriptures and tuning in. Everybody have a blessed Pesach and continuing. To the next one, Shalom, Abba Ball.